I'm going to break down 4 clips from USA versus Dominican last night on how we can learn from them as a hitter, and this is what stood out for me as a hitting coach. In the first inning, Aaron Judge really stood out, and I study a lot of Aaron's video. And what I don't see from him often, and I think is very important that a lot of great hitters have, is throughout his swing with 2 strikes on this pitch, he stayed wider in the ground and he had a little bit lower, more adjustable finish. A lot of times with Aaron, we'll see great swings, but there'll be that perfect ace swing finish as well. Versus on this one, he really adjusted in the lower half in the ground and had a little bit lower finish about right here. We don't see that from him often. Most hits that we see from him are just missed home runs or home runs. This is something I don't see from him often. I'm glad he has in the bag, in the toolbox, that a lot of other great players have. And obviously he has some of the best stats and one of the best hitters in the world. I really thought that this was something great to point out to hitters, not just swingers, to hitters. While he has all the power in the world, he also has an adjustable lower half, low finish in his swing. All right, this one really stood out, and I was like, man, there's 100% something to this. So then I go down a rabbit hole of tennis training and tennis backhand, one-hand, like power training. And there's a ton of snappiness in his wrists. I see this a lot with a lot of Latin players, where there's a ton of snappiness in this bottom hand, in the wrist, in the elbow. There's something 100% here about how fast he can get that release to happen. But once he gets about here, he snaps over that wrist and really delivers it. He never under-delivers, and some players, they do. And the top hitting prospect that I know, he actually tries to snap hook balls. And I don't talk about this publicly just because it can be hurtful, but also so can dragging the bat. And he tries to snap hook the balls. It's to get that lightning rod movement, that lightning quick, that lightning bolt movement in his wrist so he doesn't drag it. And he never really snap hooks it. Even if he does, he's okay with it because it's still pretty hard. But getting that quickness in that front wrist and that bottom hand is very important. I do think there's 100% something there of how we need to make sure that we're training hitters to have that lightning quick. It's not just the top hand. We need lightning quick bottom hand as well to get everything delivered and through. Gunnar Henderson, and from this angle, it's one of my favorites. A lot of lefties that I've done and I've studied, they stride slightly closed. And on top of that, since they have to go to first base, I'll do it from this angle. It's not gonna be pretty or as pretty. Since they have to go to first base, a lot of lefty hitters, they open up early and go that way. And what I see from this angle is as he's swinging, the front hip is staying more closed compared to his upper half, and his upper half's getting more through. You can kind of see it. Let's see if I can do it at this angle. Oh yeah, it's this angle. As he's swinging, this is getting all the way through, and this is staying more in. You can see the speed. The front hip, the back hip's turning, but the front hip's staying closed, right? And it's more this position. Then eventually he does open it. But I know it's much more, he's not focusing on it, but it's ingrained in his swing for his upper half to turn through and his front hip to stay in and closed. You can see his front foot trying to stay in there as well. That's one thing that really stood out, where he pulled it, although the front hip stayed in there and closed. Just because you're trying to pull it doesn't mean you need to pull off or open up. The upper half can turn through, but the lower half can still stay closed. And a lot of times when that front hip stays closed, for a lot of players, the upper half can turn through faster. And when that lower half starts to open, the upper half starts to slow down, and this starts to happen. He's probably been training this in the cages when he's training. Okay, the last one, Roman Anthony, incredible special talent, and I know he works on this. He works on a lot of path. He even said it in his interview, working with Bregman, worked out with Bregman in the off season, and he's working on being ready and being early. That's what he said, working on being ready and being early. This is 2 strikes, 3-2 count versus a lefty. A lot of lefty on lefties, they try to stay in there and kind of punch it oppo, which is fine, especially with 2 strikes, because a lot of lefty on lefty, like you want to open up. For him, you can tell he really got the barrel head out. It was slightly middle away, really got the barrel head out. You can tell how long he maintained that path, maintained that direction. I thought it was a great teaching example. I need to get the chest view from this. I thought it was a great teaching example of you don't always have to take a full swing to hit a home run. You can, all you have to do, think about Mookie Betts. All you have to do is match it up, right? Then maintain it as long as you can. It's gonna give you a lot of room for error. Now, just like I said, I make sure Just like I said in the earlier video, make sure it doesn't turn into a drag. We still want to deliver it, then maintain it. Don't just drag it the whole time, then look like you maintain it. We want to deliver it, then maintain. The first part is very important, because if you maintain and you're late to the race and always dragging in your last place, it's not going to really matter. You're going to get a bunch of those annoying foul balls. It needs to deliver, then maintain. Get in first place, then stay in first place. It's kind of a good reference. I hope these videos help, and good luck.